Well, hello everybody. I'm very happy to be here. I hope everyone is caffeinated because this 3 o'clock sessions are always a challenge. It's a pleasure to be here. My name is Kumar Datlani. I'm a CEO and co-founder of Lab4U, where we are democratizing science and changing the way science is taught. So I studied biochemistry at Universidad de Chile. I'm a biochemist, and during my science education, science was very theoretical and boring. It was as if my father would have taught me how to ride a bicycle reading a book. Whereas to actually learn how to ride a bicycle, you need to live the experience of riding a bike, just like in science. But what happens is that to experiment and live science, you need equipment, which unfortunately is expensive. And here are some examples of the cost of lab equipment. And what happens with this cost is that 88% of the schools in Latin America, for example, don't have any lab equipment. And schools that do have lab equipment, we see that the materials are not used, and we have a low scientific literacy index. And then when we look at why aren't they using these lab equipments, or what's happening, we see that teachers need a lot of help when it comes to science experiments inside the classroom. So we have here a multi-factor problem, right? Where science equipment is expensive, teachers need help, and students don't engage in science. So how can we democratize science and change the way science is taught? So at Lab4U, we are empowering students to experiment and live science. So for the first time in human history, we have a massive vehicle. We've got more than 3 billion smartphones that have more computing power than the first computer that took the man to the moon. So why not leverage the built-in sensors that smartphones and tablets have, such as the GPS, the accelerometer, the camera, and transform them into a complete science lab? So what we do is, with our first product, Lab4Physics, we use the sensors, we leverage all these sensors so students can run experiments with pendulum movement, centripetal acceleration, and get the data in real time. Here students are learning the difference between distance and displacement, and they're graphing it. This is force, mass, and acceleration, getting the data in real time. In chemistry, you can calculate the concentration of a solution based on color. So with our algorithm, which is patented, you can calculate the concentration without the need of buying a colorimeter. And with biology, with a $1 lens, you can transform it into a microscope. And in that way, we empower students to have this lab in their pockets. So this is a group of products. We've already launched Lab4Physics. In September, we're launching Lab4Chemistry. We've learned a lot with Lab4Physics. We have it in English and Spanish, aligned to curriculum. Classrooms that do not have Wi-Fi, that's okay. You can just download the app, download the content, and use all our experiments that have a pedagogical structure based on inquiry-based learning. So we believe that we have this comprehensive solution where students and teachers experiment with their phones. Teachers have a teacher portal with all the content, professional development, lab reports, etc. And decision makers have support and metrics in our dashboard. And this is one example, like students experimenting
All children love to
with their
create,
iPads.
Experiment. One of the best things about Lab4U is that without a whole lot of explanation, they're able to take that tool and start creating experiments.
Today we did a skateboard experiment with Lab4Physics, and pretty much what we did in that is we tested the iPad on different surfaces.
We're sliding down the iPad to see and measure.
So like this,
the
we've got
speed.
several videos which I'm happy to share. It's available on our website. This is how Lab4Physics has grown over time. We believe that talent is universal, but opportunities are not. This is how our user base looks like. Users have done more than 100,000 experiments altogether. And recently we launched in collaboration with the Inter-American Development Bank, a randomized controlled trial with 4,800 students, without Lab4U, with Lab4U control group. We see that there is an increase in self-perception of knowledge, self-perception of physics, self-perception knowledge, and interest to pursue a STEM-related career. We've got great product reviews around it. These are pictures that students and teachers, they're sharing on social media, etc. And we believe that we have a competitive advantage here because we have real experimentation with the sensors of the phone. The market is growing very fast. Our revenue model is very simple. We've got 2 strategies. These are some of our clients. We've also got some corporate sponsors. And this is our team that is making everything possible. We want to give everyone the opportunity to have a lab in their pockets. Thank you very much. I'll be around until tomorrow. Sorry for the speed. I have a panel in like now, so I'll be around. There's some business cards there. Looking forward to connecting with you all. Thank you so much.